Hello, today I am going to talk to you about the power of consistency. Yes, you heard me right. Consistency. Yes, I know someone said, what about consistency? Yes, you relax. I'm going to tell you what consistency is. Now, consistency is the ability or the capacity to remain the same or to maintain the same standard over a long period of time, and that is consistency. Now, to further explain this point, there's this experience I had in my house during this summer. There's this tap in our house which leaks, and during summer all my friends left to the various cities in here in Morocco. So I decided to harvest the leaking water from our tap, since I was just alone in the house and nothing much was going on in the house. So I placed a very big bowl under the tap, the leaking tap. So I was waiting to see what happens. I could count it drop 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I was waiting, I was thinking, so this thing too, when will it get full? Will it ever get full from this leaking tap? I decided to just keep it there and see what happens. I realized after some time, the water got to the middle of the bucket. I was surprised. Wow, this leaking tap could produce water to the middle of this big bucket just from this drop of water at a time. As I still had my patience and kept it there, and as time went by, I had the full bucket from just that leaking tap. So that has really confirmed to me what consistency is. Now, remember, the intensity of the water did not change, but because it was constant, it remained constant. It moved at a constant rate, and it has not changed. The rate at which it drops into the bucket also didn't change. Tum, 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 tum. Nothing much has changed about it. It remained constant throughout. But there's only one thing that changes. That was time. Now, the reason why I am so much concerned about consistency is because we don't have control over time. But there's only one thing that we can have control over, and that is how consistent we can be. When we remain consistent, and with time, with changes, our result can be produced. Now, for the water, it has control over its intensity, and it has control over its rate, but it has no control over time. But due to the changing of time and the consistency of the tap, I was able to achieve my result of getting a full bucket of water. Now, as I am talking, someone just said, so you are telling us to be consistent. How can we be consistent? How can we be consistent? Yes. And I thought about that. The person that asked that question, I really thought about you. Now, the first thing to do if you want to be consistent is to have patience. Because considering my tap experience, if I had not let the water to flow at its natural rate, or I said, oh, this thing, I'm not getting my result very fast, when will the bucket even get full? That means at the end of the day, I will not be able to confirm this consistency I'm talking about right now. That means my result will have not been achieved. So we need the changes of time with the consistency that produced the result I was expecting. So that means if I had not had patience to allow time for the tap which is consistent to drop and to fill up my bucket, I wouldn't have gotten my water. In order to be consistent is to have a plan. Yes, have a plan. Now, what is a plan? A plan is a program or a method that is worked out beforehand in order for the achievement or accomplishment of a particular goal. That is to say, this is what I want to achieve at the end of what I am doing, and Now, if this is what I want to achieve, what steps can I take each day in order to enable me reach that goal? And if you identify that steps, that means that you need to be consistent. Each day, you need to do something that will bring us closer to what we want to achieve, and that is by following the plan that we've created. The reason why most of the times we don't achieve our goals is because along the way we feel like this thing, I think, is too far away from me. I don't think I can be able to do this because of maybe an incident that happened on a particular day, or maybe we are feeling bad, we seem to be discouraged because something is not going the way we planned it to go. But what I want to tell you about that is, remember, feelings and thoughts and emotions are all subjective, and they are not permanent, they are just temporary. Those feelings will go and you become active again. So you don't just give up on your dreams because of an incident that happened on a particular day, just on a day or 2 or 3 days, then you decide to give up on the main picture. No, you need to still be on course. Now remember that strength doesn't come from doing what you can do, but strength comes from doing what seems so impossible from the start. And also, to be consistent, we need to make a conscious effort to be consistent. That is to say, we should intentionally plan to be consistent. That's the only way you can measure if you are consistent or not. But when you allow just anything to go by, oh, let me try this one to and see, let me try this one to and see, let me try this one to and see, at the end of the day, you can never know if you are consistent or not, because you can't measure your progress. So for us to be so consistent and be aware we are consistent, and the decision must be made that we will be consistent, and it should be intentionally, purposefully made to be consistent, because we know that at the end of the day, when we are consistent, we will achieve the result. It's just like someone who is trying to be rich, and to apply this consistency, you said, oh, at the end of every month, I'm going to put down 200 cedis or dirhams or whatever currency you use, just 200 or 100 or 5 at the end of every month. And it's made consistent. You don't change it. At the end of every month, you add the 5 dirhams, which is the currency we use here in Morocco. Every month you are adding it to it. Every month you are adding it to it. Every month you are adding it to it. Without considering whether you are achieving the amount you are expecting at the time, at a particular time or not. Just be consistent. Just be adding it to it. 5 dirhams every month. 5 dirhams every month. It consists consistently every month. Remaining constant. You are not changing it. You are not changing it. You are not changing it. Within a particular space of time, you can see the result you achieve. But when you just get fed up and say, oh, I'm not achieving the result I want so fast, so I can't continue anymore, that means that's the end of it for you.